So I wanted to share a little bit the gantry plate that I did. Um, just so you see a little bit how to do it, maybe a little faster. Okay. So let me start a file, new, standard input. And I'm going to bring this back to the side. I hope you hear me well. I'm sorry I don't have my speaker, my microphone with me today. So it's a little bit less good quality. So I'm going to start, of course, with my sketch. And in my sketch, I'm going to start with a rectangle. And you see right here, I have a rectangle that I have to give 2 points in order to make the rectangle, but I don't want that. And you'll see why it will be helpful if I have it to start center and another point. So I'm going to put it in the center. And of course, I know that this is 65.5. And I tab 65.5. And I press enter. Wow, I was zoomed in completely. I'm gonna right away go do the fillet. It doesn't say how much the fillet is. It doesn't, the fillet, sorry, not the fillet, the fillet. So I'm just gonna guess, since this is 65 millimeters, 2, 3, let's say 3 millimeters. And let's see what it looks like. So I select 2. Maybe 2 millimeters was better. So I'm gonna do undo. And I'm gonna leave it at 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters. I'm gonna do all the sides. And I'm gonna close. And then I'm gonna start drawing all of these things. So I'm gonna start drawing the small circle, which is 5.10 millimeters. So I'm going to take a circle. Again, on the circle, you have many ways of doing the circle, but center and the radius is great. Center. Then when the number is highlighted, I just put 5 and I have my 5 millimeter. Then I'm going to come do something that is interesting and will help you to do all the rest. I'm going to do some construction lines. So I know that between these two circles, there's 10 millimeters here, 10 millimeters here, 10 millimeters here. So I'm going to populate my plate with some construction lines that are going to help me afterwards to really go much faster. So it's just a line because you don't have it to choose right away. So it's just a line. I'm going to start it in the center. I'm going to go up and I'm going to say 10 millimeters. And I escape, I selected, and I say construction. All of a sudden it becomes dotted line that I barely see, but I know it's there. So I'm going to do all of these 10 millimeters, another 10 millimeters, make it a construction line. Wait. Construction line, and I'm going to continue. I have a whole bunch of other ones to do. So 10. And let's see if I do 2 of them, one after the other one. Will they still be considered separate? Yes. So construction, and I have to do this way, two of them, the other way. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to select these. No, I'm going to do more construction. Sorry, changed my mind. One construction here, this way, 10. And another time, 10. I click on it, click the right button, construction, click right button, construction. I'm going to try to copy and see how, if that helps me. So I'm going to copy these two. I'm going to copy. So those two are selected. I'm going to go base point. I'm going to go from here to here, right? And to here, 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 and here. I would love to do it this way, but it's not letting me. It's not giving me to put an actual number. So I'm just going to select these. No, I didn't want to select the center ones, although it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to copy base point, and I'm going to bring them over here and then escape. Now I have, oh, it even copied the circle for me, but I don't want the circle, so I'm going to delete it. And I don't want these lines either. Okay, so it copied a little bit more than I wanted. Okay, so now we want to copy that center circle with a base point in the center, and we want to put it everywhere where we need it. So one over here, one over here, one down, one up. I've done the center parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I've got one over here and one over here. I think I've covered all of them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got the 5 in the center, and I've got 2 more over here. Now I need to do 3 more circles that are the 7.2. Circle, 7.2. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to copy it with a center. Copy here, copy over here, and I'm done all my circles. This elongated rectangle, rounded, is also 10 millimeters away. So I could use the slot, but I'm a little bit rusty on how to do it, so I rather try it the easier way. I'm going to do a rectangle. Actually, I should do a rectangle starting in the center again. It is centered with the circle. We know that it's 25.64. And it's 5 millimeters wide. And I will fill it. Since it's 5 millimeters wide, I'm going to put 2.5 millimeters for the fillet. So it gives me a perfect rounded shape. And of course, I'm going to copy this one, and I have to select it. Base point, center here, and over here. Awesome. Then we have these three little ones. They're a little bit more awkward because we know their height, we know their width, but we don't know exactly where they're positioned, at least not with this drawing. So if you took your measurements, then all the best. I did take the measurements, but I left them at school. So you will have to have measured it nicely and put them in the right place. I remember something like 2.5 millimeters away from the edge, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to go with that. So if it's 2.5, from the edge, that is the outer area over here, or I should say over here, plus 1.5, so let's say 4 millimeters. Let's see what that looks like. 4 millimeters away. 5 millimeters away. Yep, I'm going to put them 5 millimeters away, but please measure, do it correctly. I don't have the piece with me right now, so I can't do it. Escape. This will become a construction line. I'm starting again a rectangle from the center that is 9.5 by 3 millimeters. Since it's 3 millimeters, when I do the fillet, I want 1.5 millimeters. Oh, it's not typing. 1.5 millimeters. And I'm going to come, see, it selected something I didn't want. So let me zoom in a little bit. And fillet 1.5 because it kept, and look how pretty that looks. Awesome. So here again, I'm going to have to do some copying of my construction line so I can place it easily. So I'm going to move, well, no, I'm going to copy from base, and I'm going to use the other construction lines to help me. I want it over here. I want it over here. Escape. Then I'm going to take all of these. Oops. Nope, I just want the construction lines. So I'm going to copy. I'm going to select construction, construction, construction line. I'm going to move. And here I'm going to use the base point here. And I'm going to bring it over here. Perfect. Then I'm going to select my shape. I'm going to copy base point, center of the shape, and to my construction lines. I know this looks really messy, but that's what we want to go with, right? And once I've done this, I finish. And this is when we extrude. We don't extrude before that. And we have this. And it's 5 millimeters high, if I'm not mistaken, but I didn't measure, so it's up to you to measure. It's probably even less than that. And here you have the gantry plate, made about as fast as I can possibly make it. Maybe you can find a faster way. Great.